You guys, are we live? Okay, we are live.
We're
Okay,
live. Hello, everybody.
okay, that is down.
Live with our coffee.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Miss High Tech is sitting here with two phones, so I can watch Facebook and YouTube.
Yes. Jody is broadcasting this to her Facebook page as well as YouTube, but come on over and subscribe to her on YouTube, guys, if you're over on Facebook.
We're
Hey,
trying to get me big enough so I can at least post messages about what we're doing. And I hope it's 500 instead of 1,000. That would be nice.
We got Adrian in here from Red Lentil. Adrian, thank you again for introducing our community to Jody. She's awesome.
Yes. Yes. That's because Adrian is part of my original Dallas community where they intersect. So, morning.
Good morning.
Okay, here's the cup that Jenn Lynn wanted.
I love that cup.
Dr. Sheldon Cooper. So how are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a crazy September, October, I think. We had a lot of planets retrograde and stuff, and the energy feels like it's finally moving forward a little bit, but it's been a little bit crazy. A few crazy people coming out of the woodwork, and it's like, okay, just stay focused on the positive, let the crazy go.
I've noticed that. I have noticed that. Okay, I'm trying to pay attention.
Beth Cat's in the chat. Beth Cat is my oldest friend I've known since fourth grade. So I've known her over 50 years. She is getting ready to take another test for certification for her job at 1 o'clock Central Time today. So y'all prayers up and surround her with angel energy to help her pass her test.
Yes. Yeah,
it has a passing grade on her test.
Oh, you're on the train. Okay, excuse me. We've had weird weather here, and I'm coughing from it. So,
Adrian,
you're here. Thank you.
Adrian said she feels like she's been recovering from a hangover from the weird energy. It's like, yeah, it's like kind of like a fog. And
I've been sober for 35 years, and I get that feeling from all this. It's nuts. So, Jenn Lynn, thank you so much for coming over to my my baby channel, which we are trying to grow into an adult.
My pleasure. I loved our last video together. If you guys didn't see that, that's over on my channel. I just love the sacred sounds of coffee. Some laughs, some positive energy healing, and meditation, and it's awesome. And my froggy voice in the morning, I'm sipping my first cup of coffee. I have backup. I'm ready this time.
I'm going to go buy a thermos so I can bring that down here.
Yeah, it's one of those insulated travel mugs, but it's an oversized one, so it holds like about another mug and a half of coffee for me.
See, all the sacred part of the coffee preparation goes into this. So good morning. It's really exciting doing this. We are going to do a little chatting, play a little music, do a little ceremony. And if I can, I don't know how all you guys follow the stream the way you do. If I can pay attention to the stream, we will take questions. And I have to be a bigger channel before I can give people wrenches. Is that correct?
I don't know. You might be able to give them a wrench.
How do I do that?
Click on like Lucky Girl or Adrian, click on their name and see if it lets you add moderator.
Okay. Okay, Lucky Girl. Click on name.
Lucky Girl's queen of moderators. We all have her.
Oh my God. Look at that. Okay, Lucky Girl, type something. You got a wrench. Oh, this is so exciting.
Your first moderator.
Yeah, Lucky Girl, you're on everybody's page. You are really good at moderating.
Yeah, you could make like Adrian, Beth Cat, you know.
Beth Cat. Oh, this is exciting. I love technology, especially new stuff that I get to learn. Okay, Beth Cat is now a moderator.
That way,
Adrian,
as your
make sure you're
channel
on here.
grows, you'll have some moderators here. I'll even type something. You can make me a moderator. So sometime when I'm watching you live, when I'm not with you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come in and moderate. Yeah, I had to sit here and figure out which phone had which platform on it. Good morning. Good morning. You guys are from all over the place. This is cool.
It's good to have several because, not everybody has time to watch every comment and stuff
Yeah.
to help.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. You are now a moderator. Oh, this is exciting. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Beth's got her wrench.
We got wrenches. I can do wrenches. I can't do anything else on this channel. So today's topic, we're going to talk about stress and anxiety and PTSD and just how we deal with that in today's interesting times. The thing that I want to say from the perspective of the work that I do, which is shamanic sound healing, is I am not licensed to treat people for anything. The FDA approves sound healing to take down pain, physical pain, and take down anxiety and stress. So I'm usually working in conjunction with doctors and therapists. My clients have those, and then I'm the one that comes in and enhances the stress reduction. Patricia, good morning, beautiful.
I do the same with healing energy work. I always tell people,
Yeah.
doctors are healers too. So I always say, work with your doctor. I'll work in conjunction with them when I do healing energy work.
Yeah, we're very mindful about that. So I just want to say that. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I'm getting distracted by the comments. And like, ooh, look, squirrel.
Beth Cat's saying as of October 12th of this year, it only takes 500 subscribers to get the community tab post. So you get a few more subscribers, you'll have your community tab. So y'all make sure you subscribe.
Yay! Yeah, then I can make announcements about broadcasts that I'm going to be doing. I'm actually going to be starting a Sunday afternoon interview hour called Alchemical Wisdom to talk to my beautiful sacred friends, and Patricia, you're on the list, by the way. Patricia Dancing Elk. I have a beautiful collection of these drums that she painted.
Gorgeous.
They are gorgeous, and she has an Etsy store. Patricia, if you would type that in the field thing, the box, I'll post that later. Having major surgery on November 1st. Okay, we need to get you some soundtracks, Lori. So let's just talk about anxiety. Let's just start with the stress and the anxiety, the basic stuff.
Let's talk about causes first, because I see so many causes when I'm doing personal readings. Childhood trauma is a big one.
Yes.
Any kind of trauma, bad marriage, bad relationship, family members that cause anxiety and like to stir things up, drama, work stress, politics the last 4 years, right? Or last 5 years. There's so many causes of stress and anxiety. What do you encounter a lot, Jody, when you're working?
The clients that I've been working with, which I've been working with clients for almost 35 years, it's usually the inner childhood stress trauma. And it's also I'm the one that gets the private messages. What's going on out in the world? I'm not paying attention, and I feel like I'm getting beat up by the energy. So it's astrology. It's how can I put this? We tend to be very narrow focused when we're feeling stressed out. And I am a cultural anthropologist by training, and I was looking at cultural psychology. So I'm always looking at the bigger picture of everything going on. Okay, here's a storm that will cause this energy, and here's what's going on with the planets that will cause some energy, and here's what's going on politically. I mean, I'm always paying attention to the big picture and the little picture, because as above, so below. I mean, we are not doing these lives out of a context. We are in the context of the entire world. And in my shamanic work, everything is connected. So I have trained myself and teach client, I'm a teacher, teach clients to be able to stay focused on doing their work and lowering their anxiety and pay attention to the big picture. Because
because it can affect, not just the mind, which is the first thing we think of with PTSD or trauma or stress, but it can affect your body blockages that you get energetically in your body, and trying to stay in alignment. It can really make you feel like you're not grounded. And
yes. And what I have seen as a common theme in everybody I've ever met who has any kind of stress, which would be all of us. I mean, and it's really funny because I really paid attention to this before I left Texas in my last healing center, where people would walk into my house because I was work out of my house. So my healing gongs and room and everything was in this house. And even though these were new people, they booked a session, or maybe they'd had a few, or this was their first time there and they were excited, they would walk in the front door not breathing. That's the first sign that there's some kind of stress happening, is this
holding their breath.
The shoulders go up and the breath is held. And I ultimately put a sign that I made. I took one of my photographs and put words on it, and put a sign on the front door, that said, just pause, take a deep breath, and then come in. And that's
good advice before you go into an office environment or something, like just pause and take a deep breath. And
yes. And, I'm heart math trained, and that is all about breathing down into the heart and activating the brain cells in the heart. But on every level of stress reduction, sound healing is wonderful. Your first sound healing tool is your breath. And if you place a hand on your heart center, your heart chakra, or your heart, and down in your lungs, and take a deep breath, your attention and your inner child's intention will follow where your hand is. So and I've learned this, even taking the training, if I'm stressed out and I just place a hand on my heart chakra, it automatically, because I'm entrained now, it automatically lowers my shoulders. I start breathing deeper. And back in the old days, when I was doing my healing around trauma, I also had to learn to not squunch like this, because I was closing my lungs in some kind of protective stance. And I'd sit and just like flap my wings back to open so I could breathe. Yeah. There's just simple things. So everybody out there listening, just put your wings back, put a hand on your heart chakra, close your eyes.
And needs to do this before her test today.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So just take a breath. And then take a few more and slow the rate of breathing down. And notice that your attention is down here in your heart. And one of the biggest stress causers is whatever storyline is going up here in your head. So if you're down in your heart looking or listening to your head, you are not in it. So just breathe from your heart.
You can feel your jaw relax.
Shoulder, jaw, yeah.
I tend to hold a lot of tension, in my jaw when I'm like tense, and I can just feel it just relaxing my jaw all the way down into my torso.
Yes. I wish I had known heart math back in the days of migraine headaches. It hadn't been invented yet. But it was like, because I used to get migraines almost every day. And it was like, that shoulder is up in my ear constantly. And by the time I noticed, it was already hurting. And a lot of it was physical. So in the heart math stress reduction, once you get breathing and activated in your heart, you go into what is called a regenerative emotion, like compassion, gratitude. And you actually go into the feeling of it, not the thought of it. Remember, you're not up here, you're down here. Going into the feeling of it. And when I first started it, my dog, who was my four-legged daughter, who's been deceased for a while, I could always think of her and have that heart smile. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, there's Ace. And that would relax things even more. And then you start breathing up into your head, because believe it or not, the heart is more powerful than the head. The stories think they're more powerful. And the point is to breathe up in here and stop telling the stories. And when you get the heart and the head connected, you come into a form of harmony that synergistically is more powerful than either one alone. And heart math calls that coherence. Greg Braden, who is one of my favorite teachers, calls it harmony. I love Greg.
I love
Greg, Greg Braden calls it harmony. And one of the funny things about Greg is I've followed Greg as a teacher, God, probably 30 years. It's been a really long time since he started. And he will be recorded holding a mic in one hand, and the mic is held right here in front of him. And I was like, that's really an interesting, weird way to hold the mic. And one weekend, he was actually in Dallas, and God bless Dallas, only 100 people came to this. I loved it. I was in the front row, but he's used to calling in, thousands of people. And he told on himself because he was teaching some of heart math. And he said, I'm doing this because my fingers are activating my heart chakra. I'm holding the mic and breathing into my heart so it lowers my stress so I can do what I'm doing up here on stage. Simple, brilliant stuff.
Yeah. I love to breathe in pure white light through my nose and exhale negative gray energy out my mouth for a couple of breaths. I'll do that and just release all the negative gray energy in the body.
Yeah, and a lot of the meditation things I've been trained in, there is a teaching that the first out breath clearing is the most important. And then you can breathe in the new air and the light and the clean. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this. And I think what happens, and I've seen this happen because of COVID, is people have been very focused on let's get back to normal. And the normal isn't normal anymore. And the cultural, social, planetary context is trauma and grief right now. So there's, it's like, okay, I'm feeling that even though I have not had somebody die of COVID in my life and I have not caught it, it's out there. So I honor stress. I mean, it's just an indicator that I need to change something in my life.
Yeah, so, when there's a dis-ease going on and energetically, we've got people that have children that pull you in 100 directions. Sometimes you just got to take that moment for yourself and take a breath. But I love that, putting your hand on your heart when you do that.
And one of the things I've learned in groups that I've run is if I'm having trouble focusing and listening, which can happen, especially I've seen this in groups where I have people do check-ins, and if the other people are attempting to figure out what to say rather than pay attention to who's talking. And, when I was doing them in person, we had a talking stick, which is in the back room. So, a person with a talking stick is speaking. And if I just put my hand on my heart to listen to what the person is saying, then I'm not in my head going, oh my God, what am I going to say? I'm down here breathing, because it's an automatic breathing response, and I'm able to listen better. which is really
That's
cool.
beautiful. How many times do you get in an argument or a discussion with somebody and neither one's hearing the other one? That's a beautiful way to like
Yeah.
validate that you're hearing the other person.
Yes. Yeah.
Active listening.
Active listening. It's a weird form of active listening. So, since we have people who can type in these fields, do you guys have any comments or questions about stress that you want to talk about? And this experience that Jenn Lynn and I are doing is designed to be more interactive with the audience than some of the normal ones that we do. Anybody have a comment or a question? Okay, Patricia on my Facebook page has posted her Etsy shop, which I will post in YouTube after this is over.
I think it's important to remember with stress too, is that you can't change someone else's behavior. The only thing you can change is how you react to it. And so it's very important to keep yourself grounded, to keep you from like escalating in a stressed out reaction.
Yes. Yeah, I have a lot of people, I mean, even shamanically speaking, as an energy worker and one that works with what looks like magic, asking me to change somebody out there. And I'm like, number one, it's a violation of free will. Number two, we can't change anything out there. The change starts in here. And I have seen a lot of people want circumstances to change, and then the storytelling goes on and on and on. Ooh, Sharon, oh my God, would you like a wrench? I know how to do wrenches now. Yeah. There she is. She's got a wrench. Okay, Roxana, when something suddenly hits and the adrenaline hits quick, how do you take a step back? I'm talking emergency. When that happens, I basically force myself to breathe, because if I'm holding my breath, I can't think clearly. So a couple of deep breaths and get the heart brain activated so the head brain can take action in an emergency. And go ahead.
If you feel like even a panic attack coming on, when you start to feel that escalation, that adrenaline rush, if you can stop it before it goes full blown and just take a couple of deep breaths, it really helps ground you so you can focus on the situation and deal with the emergency.
Yes. I mean, I use sound healing, and I actually do have a track that I created for stress and anxiety and PTSD, which is not in my store yet, which I will put in my store. I'll turn on music. I know sound healing will completely lower stress. And for those of us who use it, and I know I've got a few people who've been watching who are sound healers, for those of us who do sound healing as a healing modality, it works on us too. Mm-hmm. So if I'm, I have things I keep on my phone that I can hit immediately if there's something horrible going on out there. If I am in my house with 10 gongs and 100 bowls and, the toys, I can just strike something to lower the stress, to get the brain waves calmed down.
Just be careful when you're driving. Don't put on meditation music that sends you in an altar while you're driving.
When I recorded my Heartside CD, and I've used pieces of that for a lot of my bioacoustic tracks, when I recorded that, my flute player, Cornell Kinderconnect, he and I traveled together and played all over the place for years. And I was putting warnings on my CDs, do not drive with these, because it takes your brainwaves into theta, which you don't go do straight lines in theta. You do wavy little lines. And I can't drive with it. And I remember him texting me. I was living down in the hill country on a ranch in Texas, and he texted me from a stoplight in downtown Dallas, the area where he lives. And he's like, I'm listening to Heartside. Man, I love driving with this. And I'm like, don't you dare tell anybody in public you do that.
Don't do that.
I'm like, how are you driving with it? It was hysterical. I'm like, I can't drive with this stuff. And the thing I know about meditation and sound healing both is if you have a practice, an anxiety reducing stress reduction practice, rather than waiting until the poop hits the fan, you will recover faster. That's the whole point of meditation and heart math and sound healing, is there is a buildup, a residual that allows us to recover and remember to breathe and shift and get out of the oh my god thing. um, I've been a meditator for over 30 years, and it helps. It builds up. It's like exercising a muscle.
I mean, there is a thing with adrenaline, sometimes
Mhm.
we need that
Mhm.
adrenaline in an emergency thing
Mhm.
because it heightens your
Mhm.
awareness and your
Mhm.
focus a little bit sometimes. So it, you know, can give you the energy and the awareness of what's going on
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes, and then just take a minute to breathe through it.
Yes. I mean, as we mentioned last time when we got together, even though most people can't tell, I was actually raised in a Marine Corps family. Firstborn, born on Veterans Day. My mother missed the Marine Corps ball. She was not happy about that. And being raised military in wartime, there's a lot of trauma that goes on. I mean, just normal military trauma. And what I have seen me do is if some kind of horrible emergency is happening and the adrenaline hits, I am able to go into solve the problem mode immediately, and I'll fall apart when it's all over. That's when the emotions come and whatever happens, the fear and the shaking. But in the middle of it, because of my upbringing, I know how to do the emergency, which is sort of a weird skill, but I know how to do that. And what I've seen over the years as a healer is the skill sets to lower my anxiety so I don't crash as hard if there's an emergency that I have to deal with. The crashing stuff is a lot shorter. So
Yeah.
it's been very interesting. I had no intention of becoming a healer. I started training because I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue back when it was first invented. It's like, I need to find out what to do about this. So any more questions? Sharon's been knighted. Sharon, you are on every page I watch. You are like the one with the wrench. You guys are so on top of this. It's really cool. So if nobody has a question, I would like to share, and I have to change the sound settings so you can hear it, the heart math meditation that as a sound healer, if I can make anything match with music, that's what I do.
Yeah.
So I want to share what I do for heart math actually with my bowls that are sitting here. So everybody get comfortable. Okay, turn on echo cancellation, turn on stereo. Okay. Are you ready? So you're going to breathe now. What I have sitting next to me, okay, I could probably make this a little bigger, couldn't I? Beep, 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 beep. Camera.
You want to start with a candle lighting?
Yeah, start with the candle lighting, and I'll just go from this to a few gongs. Okay.
You know me and my angels. I like to
No,
angel
invite
lighting.
the angels in.
You've got an echo.
That's because I'm fixing. You can't talk when I change the setting. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
It's music setting.
Okay. Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Ariel. We surrender to your mercy, compassion, and healing. We thank you for this beautiful sound healing, bringing into our heart and our mind and all of our chakras to bring mind.
Thank you. Okay, right here I have got an F sharp crystal bowl, which is high heart, and a B, which is crown. In sound healing, if you play F and B, they're dissonant. So you do either F sharp and B or F and B flat. So that's why the notes are a little off. They come into harmony. So the F bowl is designed to activate your heart chakra, your heart, your lungs, all this area that we're going to first. So put a hand, if you are not driving, if you can put a hand on your heart and just follow the breath down where your hand is, and then follow the sound down there. And then I've got a big F over here I'm going to play too. So just slow your breathing rate down. Gently close your eyes if you are in a place where you can. And you are relaxing everything from the neck up. Keep breathing. We have cardinals outside joining us. So as you breathe into this sacred space in your heart, bring to your heart mind, your heart's imagination, some kind of memory or picture that activates gratitude. Start with a thank you. And the gratitude as a frequency expands the heart, relaxes the body, gentles the breath, and then with your focus, you are going to take the energy of the gratitude and your breath and direct it up into your head, into your brain. So we're going from heart to head, heart to head. And your heart is inviting your head to come play. Keep breathing. And as the harmony happens, you can hear in the sound that this energy is bigger than either one separately. So take this energy and breathe it through your entire body with the intention of relaxing, breathing better, thinking clearer. And if you have any left over after you fill yourself, make sure you fill yourself first. Breathe that out of your heart chakra into the quantum field and offer it up in a broadcast for the highest good. And continue breathing. Back to where you started with your hand on your heart. And notice what's changed. Just notice. And take a few more deep breaths. And notice what's changed. And then come back in your room. As a sound healer, I'm listening to how you all sound. Y'all sound really good. I mean, that's part of reading the energy of the instruments shamanically, is I can tell if there's dissonance in the audience, and you all went into harmony really quickly, which is really cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was neat, because that's what I listen for. I'm listening for how the sound and the energy is reverberating off of all of you. Yeah.
Wow. We are one.
What was that?
We are all one.
Well, I mean, it's so funny when everything got put on Zoom, and people obviously complained about that because they all like to be with the gongs in person. And because I've been trained in energy and shamanism way longer than metal bowls and crystal bowls, reading energy and directing energy beyond this room is a piece of cake.
Let's remind everybody to drink some water after this healing.
Yes.
Anytime you go through something healing, it's always good to drink water. It continues to pull toxins and things out of your body.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have coffee and water down here, and I'm going back and forth.
My water's just out of reach over here, but I'll be drinking it after we end later.
Yeah, it's important when you do any kind of healing work, or even just a basic reading. I mean, that's healing work. So yeah, drink water. Take care of your sacred vessel and mind and emotions and. I know you got a session pretty soon, so we're going to get you off of here. So thank you, everybody, and thank you, Jenn Lynn. This was such a fun thing that we invented.
It is, and we'll be back in November. We're alternating channels, so we'll be back on my channel sometime in November. I'll post on my community tab because we haven't set a date yet.
We'll figure it out and post it. And I want to say thank you to everybody from both my Facebook page, which is Sacred Inspiration, and my YouTube channel, which, thank you for subscribing so we can get me big enough to do community pages and announcements. And
these are the kind of videos like you can fast forward and rewatch again, just the meditation part, anytime you need it. And
yeah, my YouTube channel for the time I've had it either has a lot of hummingbirds, has nature as a sound healing activation, beauty as an activation, or sound. And I was trying to show somebody I'm going to work with this afternoon about how to work online and record, the difference between an iPhone 8 and an iPad, in Zoom as far as recordings. And I clicked on my sun gong. I don't know what I was doing up at 4:30 in the morning, but I was up at 4:30 in the morning. I thought, I'll put the phone up and record, and I'm like, oh my God, that feels good. I haven't done that since I moved to Arkansas.
I had to mute my microphone while you were doing the sound meditation, the sound bath, because Artie was snoring so loudly. He was snoring. I was like, oh, somebody likes this.
I have started a subscription event on Wednesdays. That's a manifestation meditation for every Wednesday. And one of the people which is available to sign on to, I'm gratefully receiving clients that way. It's $20 a week or $75 for 4. And one of my clients just had her kitty cat spayed, and the poor thing was not feeling good. And she took a picture of what happened when she played the meditation for the cat. And it's just like, God, this feels so much better. And then the chimes, my Koshi chimes are in that recording. And the other cat sits up straight and looks around like, what was that? What was that? What was that?
Artie's an old man, and Lucy's over here on my sofa sleeping, but Artie's, about 18 now. So he snores pretty loudly when he's like in the zone.
But that's a cat snore. That I actually, on my trauma reducing track, I have cat purrs on there. I had one of my friends record her cat. So
yeah,
he gets paid royalties in little salmon treats. It's like it is sonically a sound that lowers stress.
Yeah,
so the snores do the same thing. Okay, who's Iggy? Is it a kitty or a dog, Lori? Somebody's animal is listening.
Our first video we did together last month was on manifesting. So if anyone has something they're trying to manifest, you can go and rewatch that video. We're going to try to cover different topics, different needs, and we're open to suggestions if anyone has a need or something they want us to address.
Yeah, let us know.
Put it in the comments.
And do you have, what do they call, what does Johnny call this, housekeeping? Housekeeping.
We're both on with Johnny on Tara's Apprentice channel Friday night at 7 Central, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, talking about healing. And there's going to be different healers on. Jody, myself, we have different modalities, but there's harmonics, I call it. There's a harmonious thing that happens with healers, and it'll be interesting, but talking about different modalities.
Yeah. I think, is Tony going to be on? I haven't met her yet.
I believe Tony from Shining Hawk Healing will be there also.
It'll be fun. Yeah, it's been fun having experiences and conversations about healing, which is happening a lot. And Red Lentil Healing, which is on the YouTube, which has a wrench. Adrienne has a wrench. She's the one that got me started online with you guys. I remember her texting me going, I want you to come online with me. And when I got done hyperventilating and then trying to breathe.
That's where I met you, when you were on with Adrienne.
It was like
Adrienne saying she got wrenched.
She got wrenched. Okay, somebody asked, okay, yes, when I'm stressed, my cat sits on my chest and starts purring. That is an activation to de-stress you. And I have had cats, when I used to travel and do sessions, sit on their owners in the places on the body that I need to focus energy. The cats are amazing healers. Okay, they're
very intuitive, energetically too. That they like, even when I light candles, my cats will just sit like, like they feel the energy shift.
Yes, totally. Okay, Carol Davis, you have about how to deal with sadness. This is going to sound really simple. Put your hand on your heart and allow the tears to flow. Most of us have been taught to not cry. And shamanically speaking, many, many years ago, when I was doing ceremony with directions, one of the directions taught me that in the sacred water department, tears are the most sacred of water. So I make it a ceremony. If I'm sad and I need to cry, it's like, thank you, all the directions and great spirit and the element of water. And I'm just going to allow the tears to run. Get your head out of it. I mean, it's the telling of stories that can keep emotions stuck. So just let the feelings flow and honor yourself. I had to pay a lot of good money in therapy to get my tears back. So I'm big on crying.
Yeah. They're giving us some great topics I'm jotting down for maybe future videos. So grief and sadness, healing for animals, someone's talking about. So we might have to do a video focusing on for animals. I've done healing energy work on horses, dogs, cats, you name it.
Yeah, people contact me all the time to help with their animals. Oh, Adrienne, somebody lost your pet. Yeah, definitely do a release session for grief and tears. And fibromyalgia, yes, that's what got me started in healing. Sound healing is the thing that helped me the most. And back in the days when I used to have a cat, he would lay on top of me too when I hurt, definitely.
Yes, we should do one on disease and illness. And
yeah, I mean, it's the body's way of saying there's something wrong in the toxicity of the world and possibly in how we're dealing with it. So thank you. I can't find I need to put a clock in this room. Running around like, I don't know what time it is. Am I done on time? We have a hard stop at 11.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. And, for anyone watching this later, these are the kind of videos you can rewatch later and over whenever you feel you need that healing sound.
Yeah. And I have a lot of it on my channel too.
And if you've got certain videos, I'll watch over and over just to.
And if you're interested in manifestation meditations that I'm doing every Wednesday night. I'm doing these at 5:30 on, actually I'm doing it at 5 or 5:30, 5:30 on Wednesday Central Time. I'm recording. What I'm doing is live broadcasting on Zoom to those who want to be there and editing the video. That's always fun. You know, like last week, I sort of clanged a stick on a bowl so I can just take that out of there. And this is the last week that it'll be light enough out on the lake to actually, I was just running the camera out on the lake, you know, just watching the sunset. So let me know if you're interested in that. That's going to be, my guides woke me up at 3:30 in the morning saying, you're going to offer this every week. I am. Start this week, so, which was last week. So this week's topic, manifestation, is right relationship with our ancestors. We're going to go into some work on that. So I'm basically playing the prayer through music. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jenn Lynn, we will figure out when we're doing this next.
The next one sometime in November. We're going to try and do it once a month.
So thank you, all of you. And if you haven't subscribed to my baby channel, please do. We'll get me a community page. Yeah.
This needs a few more subscribers. Come on, guys.
It's been a long haul with this. This is the page I've ignored the most, is YouTube. And for all of you who are watching on Facebook, thank you. Love you all much. And all my sacred wrenches. That is so cool. Thank you.
For those on Facebook, you'll have to go to Jenn Lynn Tarot on YouTube to watch us the next time. And exactly. I'll post on my community tab so you can watch the date there.
And I'll post that on my page too, so you guys can find each other. Thank you. And if you ever want a session with Jenn Lynn, this is how all this started. I had a great session with Jenn Lynn, and then all of a sudden it's like, let's do this. You know?
We did a personal reading and then went into like an hour after discussion on harmonics and healing and everything. Because when I meet another healer, it's my first love. I love doing healing, but I read tarot and am a medium, so I do personal readings for my day job.
Yes, and she's really good at it. Okay, y'all, have a wonderful Tuesday. Enjoy coffee, water, and whatever you are drinking this morning, or whatever time it is out there. And I'm 18 subscribers away. Thank you. Yay! Yippee! Okay, y'all. We'll see you next month, and I'll see you on other stuff I'm doing on the channel. Adrian and Veronica, who was my test person when I figured out how to do what we just did, those two are joining me on November 7th for my first Alchemical Wisdom Hour, which is early enough to be able to go to what Jenn Lynn and Johnny and Becca do.
Awesome.
So we're going to do some sound together. We're going to do some sound blessings.
Awesome. Yeah, if you text me the date and time, I'll post it on my community tab till you get one, and Adrian will too.
I so appreciate you. This is how we nurture baby channels.
Yeah.
So thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. I'm very grateful. This is fun. See you next time.
Namaste.
Bye.